Hey, I don't know where you are today. I don't know where you're watching today from. I don't know where you are, but I want you to know that there's something special I have for you today. And I think that instead of talking about it, I think that you need to experience it. And I enjoy being a part of all that is happening here. And I want you to be a part of this as well. So let's dive in. Welcome to Built to Thrive, the podcast where inspiration meets transformation. I'm your host, Julian Johnson, and each episode will bring you powerful conversations, real stories, and timeless wisdom to help you live with purpose, lead with integrity, and rise into the best version of yourself. Whether you're chasing a dream, rebuilding after a setback, or simply looking for a spark of hope, this space is for you. So take a deep breath, lean in. Let's journey together toward a life of meaning, courage, and possibility. This is Built to Thrive. Let's get started. So, as we kind of get into this topic today, the real topic is breaking the ice. Now, so many people really want to talk about the reality that they start off really strong and they've been places, they've done things, they've seen things, and they've experienced things as well. But what about the first person, the pioneers? What about the people who actually started this journey and those who are now experiencing the journey because of their rewards, their sacrifice, their determination, and their power not to be able to give up? Now, some people really do want to see some really amazing things happen. And I get the benefit of talking to people from all over the globe and even around the country and even in my neighborhood about things that they would like to do, would like to see, and possibly even like to experience. But there's always somebody who was the pioneer, the first person to actually do it, the first person to think about it, the first person to actually get it done. So, what separates the thinkers from the doers? And I would suggest to you, not too much. Well, why would you say that? Well, because the thinkers and the doers, they have a different thought process in life. Thinkers will think about and plan and strategize and maybe take action. The doers sometimes don't think about the action beforehand. But the thing that kind of brings them both is actually doing something. Yes, taking action. And there's some people who may have thought, hey, man, this is going to be hard. This is going to be tougher than I ever could imagine. And I could never imagine my life as it is at this point. But I would suggest to you that so many people wonder, is life possible and is life really worth it? Now, I want to suggest to you that there's so many people today who may be listening, watching, who may understand that there are challenges in breaking the ice, challenges in breaking the ice, challenges in starting, challenges in understanding that some things are not always easy, some things are not always comfortable, but somebody did the hard work so that you could actually benefit from what you're experiencing right now. And so often people kind of push away the pioneers and just say, that was then, this is now. And I've even seen recently where people have said to themselves, you know what? We don't need to listen to this group or that group because they're not relevant. They're not contemporary anymore. And there's some people who may say, we don't need those people anymore. Well, I want to suggest to you today that breaking the ice really starts with one person taking that first decision, that first act, knowing that what they do will make a difference in somebody's life down the road. It's just like the people who plant trees, the people who water gardens, the people who make sure that things are harvested, the people who plant the trees, the people who water the gardens, and the people who harvest the fruit or vegetables or even the flowers. They may never know the end user by name, but they do it because of their love, care, and compassion. There's so many times that people have broken the ice for me in my life, my family, my parents, my wife, my kids. Others have broken the ice for me. And I get the opportunity now to be an icebreaker for the next generation. And what I'm all about is empowering the next generation not only to live better, but to experience life in a different way. I think that there are too many times that we may think that life may be too tough. And there may be moments where you feel like you're in the ring, you're at round number 10, heading to round number 11 in your life. It might be a situation, a circumstance, or a frustrating moment. And you might feel like throwing in a towel and saying, I am done with this. I am done with this person. I am done with this relationship. And something comes back to give you some hope, some progress, some desire to keep on moving. And I want to tell you what it is for me is that I always enjoy recounting and recalling history. Well, there's certain things I really love to read about, and that is the experience of others. Some people live in a fictional world and they like fiction stories. No judgment against anybody who likes fiction. But I really enjoy reading nonfiction stories about the difficulties people had in order to maintain their life, their desires, but also what kept them going despite the odds in their own family history, their own mindset, and other things. And there's certain people who kind of give you a perspective that you never thought possible. And I really think that there's a quote that says, some people want it to happen, some people wish it to happen, but others make it to happen. That's a quote from Michael Jordan. And he shares this from the perspective that, some people really think about things and don't do anything, but some people actually make it happen. And the people who came before us, the people who came before me, the people who came before you, they made it happen. And sometimes making it happen means sacrificing. It means going without. It means giving when you have just a little bit left. But I'm so glad that somebody sacrificed for me. Now, I will tell you that when you break the ice, it may not always be something that's pleasurable, that you desire, or something that really is your one goal. I had a goal to get a doctoral degree. It might be a little, I don't know, selfish, whatever, but I wanted to be able to go forward in my career and my life. And there's somebody who may be watching this broadcast now or maybe later, and you may be trying to attain or achieve a goal in your life, whether it's to finish a degree, whether it's to buy your first house, whether it's to buy your first car, whether it's to get your first girlfriend, whether it's to marry your first wife. There's so many things that you may try to do. And even in getting married, you might want to say, I want to stay married to this person because there's cycles or habits in my past or my family history that are not things that I want to continue. There's so many people who really want to break habits and they just don't know how. And what ended up happening to me is that I end up getting my doctoral degree. And I realized that when I was getting toward the end, when I was writing my dissertation and it was about to go to my phase where I had to defend what I wrote, I realized I didn't have anybody in my family of origin to help me. It was a very unsettling feeling. I was wondering, could my dad help me? He was like, son, I'm not sure if I can help you with this part. I can pray for you though. And there are other people who gave me a lot of good well wishes and told me a lot of wonderful and positive things. But at the end of the day, I had to find somebody who had gone down this road before me to assist me in completing my goal. And this person is a person that I had done a lot of presentations for. I had done talks for his group and organization. And I called him. I called several people. Some didn't answer, some didn't want to answer, and some people refused to help me. And I want to tell you that even though there might be moments where you feel like there's no help around, there's always help that's on the way. You just have to be open and have to look for it. So what ended up happening with me is that I ended up finding someone who had actually gone down this road before. He received his doctoral degree probably at least 35 years before. But it's almost as if everything that he experienced came right back to him when I started asking him questions. Well, what do I do about this? And how do I think about this? And what is my thought process? How should I position what I should share this way? And he shared with me in just about 5 minutes on the phone a process that gave me encouragement, that gave me joy, and actually helped me to calm down and not be as anxious. There's so many times that there are people around that may have the experience that you're looking for. They may have the desired goals that you're seeking to reach, and they may have already climbed the mountain that you're thinking about climbing. Don't wait too long to ask them questions. There's so many people now whose minds like libraries are becoming cloudier and challenging and may not have access to the resources and information like they used to when they were just a bit younger. Why not take a little bit of time and desire to learn from them? Maybe take a recording device so you can record their thoughts and then package it in a way that they'll appreciate it and know that it was you that spent that sacred and special time with them. Too often we kind of are thinking about ways that maybe we could advance things and causes that we could push. But I would like to invite you to think about this, about breaking the ice, about being first, about thinking about ways that you could actually catapult your life to success, all as a result of this one action a day. And that is not throwing in the towel. It may be easy to throw in the towel. It may be convenient to throw in the towel. Everybody around you may have been throwing in the towel, but that's not your destiny. You're not designed to throw in the towel. You're designed to move forward. You're designed to be better. Your light is designed to shine brighter. And this is your time and season. I want to invite you to do something and take some action today. And I want to invite you to send me a message at support@inspire-today.com. That's right. Send me a message to the email address that you see on YouTube on the podcast. Or if you're listening to this, please send that message to support@inspire-today.com. And what you'll do is you'll send me a message and say, I'm breaking the ice by doing XYZ. And so I want to let you know I'll be thinking about you. I'll be praying for you. And I'll be hoping the best as you continue to break the ice, not only in your life, not only for your family, but most of all, for your future. There are things that are awaiting you on the other side of this that you may never have thought of if you had not broken the ice. There's some people who don't like to be first. And I've had a lot of first time experiences where I was a new kid. I was new to this. I was new to that. But I'll tell you, it's rewarding because you can look back and realize that you actually made an impact and made a difference. You never know whose life you might be impacting just by going first, just by being yourself, just by seeing your situation maybe differently than others may have seen it. I want to invite you to take this step. And remember, please send me an email so we can stay connected. Thanks for joining us on the Built to Thrive podcast, where we equip you to lead with purpose, live with passion, and thrive in every season of life. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe and share it with someone who needs encouragement. We'd love to hear from you. Send your questions, feedback, or stories to support@inspire-today.com. Until next time, remember, you are built to thrive.